Children, our today poem is an elementary school classroom for slum, written by Stephen Spender. Okay, in this poem, Stephen Spender has described about the elementary school. Elementary means the primary school which are there in the slum. Okay, now he is starting is far, far from the gusty waves these children faces. Gusty means strong waves. Okay. He was saying that these children faces do not have gusty here means energy. You cannot see any energy, any enthusiasm on the faces of these children. It is far, far from that. Okay, like rootless weeds. Weeds is unwanted plants. In the rainy season, we used to see that when the land, where the land is wet, some plants used to grow. Those are called unwanted plants. So the poet is telling that these children are treated as rootless weeds. They are treated as weeds. The hair down their parlor. Now P-A-L-L-O-R. Parlor means untidy. Okay, they have very untidily they had combed their hair. They have tied their hair. A tall girl with a weighted down head. Now this weighted down head, weighted down is imaginary. Now the poet is describing the students, those who are sitting in the class. He was saying there was a tall girl sitting in the class, and what she has done, she has a weighted down head. She has put her head down. Now poet has used this weighted down as imaginary, and he wants to tell that she has put her head down. It's not because she is tall. No, it's because due to the burden of poverty. She is overburdened by poverty, and due to that she has put her head down. The paper seeing boy with the rat eyes. In that class, another boy is sitting. Paper seeing boy. It means it is very thin. Okay, he is undernourished with the rat eyes. Rat here, eyes here denote hunger. Okay, the stunned unlucky hire of twisted bones, reciting a father garland disease. In that class, there is one underdeveloped child. His bones are not developed well properly, and he got a disease of twisted bones. And from where he got that disease? From his father. His lessons from his text. And what he is doing? He is trying to recite, listen from his text. But he is not reciting any lessons. Okay, he is just so much depressed due to his disease. At the back of a dim class, one unnoted sweet and young. At the back of the class, there was still a boy sitting in which, in his eyes, there are some dreams. He is very sweet, young, and he still has dreams. His eyes lives in a dream of a squirrel game in a tree room other than this. And from the window of his classroom, outside the slum area, in that dirty slum area, he still has having dreams. In that dull class he is sitting, but still he is having dreams. He wants to play like a squirrel in the tree room. Okay, so still he is having some or other dreams. Now, children here, stunned means underdeveloped. Okay, color means untidy, unhealthy. Paper seeing boy means undernourished boy. And gusty, I told you, full of energy. Okay, so in first paragraph, in first stanzas, what we have seen that the poet has described these children. First of all, he has compared these children with the rootless weeds, and he is saying that they don't have any energy on their faces. They told that they are all underdeveloped one. Somebody is putting her head down. One girl is sitting there and she is putting her head down due to the burden of poverty. Second child, he is so undernourished, he is so hungry that he doesn't concentrate in the class. Third one, he is so much depressed due to his disease. So that's why he is also not paying attention in the class. But in that class, one child is sitting there who still has dreams in his eyes. Okay. So that child which is having dreams in his eyes, he is still dreaming of the world round. Okay, so the different type of children are sitting. They have shown the different types of children sitting in a class. Okay, in the second paragraph, on sour cream walls donation. Now the poet is saying sour cream. Sour cream means dull walls. Okay, on the dull walls of the classroom, there's a donation. Donations are hanging over there. Shakespeare Head, Cloudless Citadron, Civilized Doom, Riding All Cities, Ballet, Flower, Choice Will. Now what are the things which are given as a donation by the rich people? They have given Shakespeare Head. Shakespeare Head means the portrait of the Shakespeare. Then they have given Cloudless Citadron. Okay, these are all pictures, paintings. Civilized Dooms and Riding All Cities, Ballet, Flower, Russell Valley. These all what all these things indicates. These things indicates beauty and hope. Okay, the rich people, they are donating all these things and they are feeling that these things are very helpful for the children, those who are here in the slum. But what are these things? These are useless for them. Okay, open-handed map awarding the world its world. Even the people used to donate the world map. Okay, and awarding the world its world means it's showing so many places there. So many places of the world is shown in that map. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map their world. The poet is saying that don't you realize that for these children, this map is of no importance. What are the children seeing? The children are seeing the atmosphere outside their classroom, the slum area. Their world is what? Their world is that slum area. They never went to other places, okay, which is shown into the map. They have never went to any flower, any valley, any place which has a lot of flowers. Their area, their map is up to the slum area. And yet for these children, these windows, not this map, their world. Was saying that for these children, this map is of no importance. Okay. The only world they can see is their slum area, where all their future is painted with fog. And what he was saying, that their future in the slum area is painted with fog. Fog means they have no hope. Okay, they have no hope left. A narrow street, still in a lead sky, far, far from the rivers, capes and stars of the world. Now he was saying that their streets are so narrow. Lead, lead is a color, grey color, a dull color. Okay, he was saying they have no hope. Okay, their life is so dull, far, far from the rivers. It is very far from the rivers. They have never seen rivers. Capes, capes means sea, S-E-A, seas. They have never seen seas. And stars of the words. Stars of the words here denote wisdom. Okay, the stars of the words here denote wisdom. If we want to explain this paragraph, we can write that the rich people pretend to be generous. Okay, what is explained in this paragraph? That the rich people pretend to be generous. And by denoting all these things, what all these beautiful things to the children, they feel that they have gifted the beautiful things to the children, so they will become happy. But they don't understand that it is not their world. They have never went to these places which is shown on the pictures. Okay. Third paragraph. Surely Shakespeare is a wicked, a map a bad example. Now the poet is saying that Shakespeare is a wicked. Okay. Excuse me. Shakespeare is a bad person for him. Why? Because they don't know what he has done. Okay, Shakespeare has done a lot of things, lot of things in the world of literature. But these children cannot read his literature. Even he has not done anything for these slum children. So this Shakespeare is of no use for them. Okay, and the map a bad example. And this map is what? A bad example for them. Of course, the places which is shown there, they have even not heard about them. Okay, so how can they believe that these places are beautiful when they have never went to there? They are only living in their slum area. With ships and sun love tempting them to steal. He was asking what they want. What do you mean by ships here? Ships here means adventure. They don't want pictures to be hung on their classroom walls. They want an adventurous life. They want sun. Sun means a better life. Okay, and they want love. They don't want these donations. What they want adventure, they want love, they want a better life. We can give them. Okay? From fog to endless, for lives that shall turn in cramped holes. And he was saying that their lives are in cramped holes. Cramped hole means narrow holes. Okay, they are confined to that only. From fog to endless night. And what they have in their life? From fog to endless night. Fog here means uncertainty. And endless night means hopelessness. Okay, what they are having in their life, they are now become hopeless. Okay, they don't have any hope left. They know that they cannot come out of this slum area. On this slag heap, these children were skin peeped through by bones. Slag heap means waste. The poet is saying that these children are treated as waste. Okay. These children were skin peeped through by bones. Skin peeped through by bones means undernourished. He was saying they are not getting food, so they are undernourished. And spectacles of steel with minted glass, like bottle bits on stone. It means immense poverty. Okay, all their dreams which were there in their eyes, that are gone now. Okay, they have immense poverty that they cannot dream of anything. And all their time and space are foggy slum. So both their maps with the slum as big as doom. The poet is saying that why their dreams are shattered, why this all things happen, they become undernourished, because they are at all time, up till then they are dead. Up till that time they used to live in this slum. And how this slum is? Foggy slum. Foggy slum is a metaphor here. Okay, so both their maps with slum as big as doom. And he was saying this slum is how much big? It is as big as a doom. So they cannot come out of it by themselves. Unless governor, inspector, visitor. Now the poet is saying, see, they cannot come out by themselves. So we, inspector means the people from the NGO, the visitors, the government. Visitors are the people, those who are giving donation. He was saying that you all have to come forward and help these children to come out of their slum and fulfill their dreams. Okay, this map become their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like mobs. He was saying that unless we are not going to take the efforts, they are going to live in this slum only. Okay, and in this slum, how they are feeling? They are feeling like CATACOMBS. Catacomb means the internal part of the grave. Okay, it is the underground place where the dead bodies are being buried deep inside. Okay, break or open till they break the town. He was saying that break or break. It means come forward, bring these children from the slum area. The children, those who are talented, bring these children towards the town and show the children to the green fields and make their world run azure on the gold sand. Now, gold sand here means beach sand. Okay, so he was saying that show these children that there are green fields. Not only slum areas there. The world is beautiful. Show that beautiful world to the children. Okay, and let their tongues run naked into the books. And white and green leaves open, history there whose language is the sun. Now here the poet is saying, see children, he is saying that you have to bring these children out where? Towards the town. Because if we are going to bring these children towards the town only, then only they are going to make history. Okay, here the lines is being used, and show the children to the green fields. Okay, he was saying that they should be provided with opportunities to learn lesson. Okay, from nature. You can write it over there that they have been provided with the opportunities to learn lessons from the nature. Let their tongue run and make their world run rather on the gold sand. He was telling that let them go towards the beaches. Okay, and discover new things. And then he was saying, and let their tongues run naked into the books. It means let their tongues run freely without any check. It means they must taste all the joys of life. Okay, it's not like this. The joy which we are tasting, they should also have that. And the people, those who have given opportunity, those are the people which are going to create history. Okay, they have the people which are having a proper humanity, a touch of humanity, we can say. The people, those who are having a touch of humanity, and those who have a true knowledge, they only created history. Okay, so if we give them a touch of knowledge, a true knowledge, a touch of humanity, we will give them hope, they will create a history. Okay, children? So this is your poem. Now I am going to tell you the figure of speech which are there. Okay, I am going to tell you the figure of speech. See, first is on the first line, far, far. It means repetition. Okay, far, far is repetition. Far from is alliteration. Far from is alliteration. Gusty waves. Gusty waves is metaphor. So in these 2-3 words you have find 3. Okay. Far, far is repetition. Far from is alliteration. Gusty waves is metaphor. In the second line, like rootless weeds. First paragraph, second line, like rootless weeds. This is simile. Because the poet has compared the students, the children which are there in the slum area by rootless weeds. Okay. Now, in the third line, first paragraph, weighted down is imaginary. Okay, weighted down is imaginary. In this line only, paper seeing boy is metaphor. Paper seeing boy is metaphor. And in this line only, rat eyes is also metaphor. Okay, fine. In the next line, father's garland disease is metaphor. First paragraph, line number 5th line. Okay, father's garland disease is metaphor. Then last line, squirrel room. A squirrel game is metaphor and tree room is metaphor. Okay. Tree room and squirrel game is metaphor. Okay, now in the second paragraph, line number 6, future painted with fog is metaphor. Okay, line number 6, future painted with fog is metaphor. On page number 93, first line, the narrow street is metaphor, bleak sky is metaphor. Okay, then stars of the birds is metaphor. There are so many metaphors in this. Okay, surely Shakespeare. Paragraph number 3, first line, surely Shakespeare is alliteration. Okay. Now from fog to endless line, endless night, paragraph 3, line number 4. From fog to endless night is metaphor, and from fog, only from fog is alliteration. Okay, the very next line, 5th line of 3rd paragraph, spectacles of steel is metaphor. Okay. After that, bottle beds, it's alliteration. Okay. As big as doom is simile. As big as doom is simile. Okay. Next. Last paragraph. Last stanza of the poem. Break, oh break is repetition. Break, oh break is repetition. Then, third last line of the stanza, let their tongues run naked into the books is metaphor. Okay. And last line, history there whose language is the sun, is again metaphor. One is left here, you can write it down in the last stanza, line 3. Like catapult is simile. Okay. So these are your figure of speeches. Fine. Now I am going to tell you some important questions so that you will came to know what to write there. Okay. First important question is, it came in 2008 and repeatedly it came many times. Fine. What does the poet Stephen Spender call the map a bad example? Why does the poet Stephen Spender call the map a bad example? Why it is called the map a bad example? Okay. Now I told you that the one extract which came repeatedly, it came in 2010, then it came in 2015, and then it came in 2018. So it is an important one. Question used to change, but this paragraph doesn't change. Okay. Every year the examiner make new question on this. Okay, but the paragraph doesn't change. So all the questions which came, I am telling you, but there is no change in the paragraph. Okay, the lines are on a slag, on this slag heap. From here up till as big as doom. On their slag heap, you will start from here and you will finish it at as big as doom. Okay, and the important questions are, which two images are used to describe the Islam? First is this. It came in 2010. If you want to write, you can write. The first is, in 2010, 3 questions came on this based on these lines, on these stanza. The first one is, which two images are used to describe the Islam? Second, what sort of life do these children lead? Okay, what sort of life do these children lead? Next is, which figure of speech is used in the last line? Okay, next is, which figure of speech is used in the last line? Okay, in 2015, the same paragraph came again, and what all question you get, I am going to tell you. Yes, you get, who are these children? Okay, in 2015 you got this question, who are these children? First. Second, what is their slag heap? Second is, what is their slag heap? Third, why are their bones peeping through their skin? Third is, why are their bones peeping through their skin? Okay. And the last one is, what does mended glass mean? In 2015, you got 4 questions of 4 marks. Okay. So last question is, what does with mended glass mean? Okay. In 2018 also, you got the same paragraph, but the question changed. First one is, in 2018, the first question you got with the same lines is, name the poem and the poet. Next, second question is, explain slag heap. Okay. Third one is, what future awaits these children? And last one is, name the figure of speech used in the third line. Okay, so figure of speech has been asked 2 times, and even the meaning of slag heap has been asked. Okay, so this is an important one. One more important is there, that I told you, that Shakespeare one. Okay. So there are many questions, children, which are important. When you are coming back, we will discussing each and every question which came in last 5 years in your board exams. Okay. So if you are having any doubt, come with your doubts on Saturday. Thank you, children.